What's going on there, YouTube? This is part one of my 12-part series on why the West is actually shit. Now, let me explain that. Now, the first thing I want to get into is the history of Iran. Jimmy Carter is a war criminal. Alright, this is the first thing we must establish. Jimmy Carter is a war criminal. Alright, and when you look at this, right, you look at this painting, you see Shah and the corruption of the Shah and the forces of Islam tearing down the Shah, and that is exactly what has happened. Jimmy Carter, in his era, in his reign, under his dictatorship, America was forced into letting a corrupt pedophile into power. Ayatollah Khomeini was a great man who liberated the people of Iran and the world. Yeah. Anyways, Jimmy Carter is a war criminal. For advocating the United Nations, he was a Jewish puppet by brokering a peace between Israel and Egypt from Sadat. And we must eliminate the Jewish puppets and the bourgeoisie. We must do this, and the first step into doing this is getting rid of every sort of brand. And now how we do this? Well, it's quite simple. We must eliminate technology. We must destroy every piece of technology created after the year 1940. And I say this because you can use a bare bones form of communication, such as telephone, to communicate and be active in the world. Now, basically, the West, it's just shit, man. Now, this is going to be the end in my 80-part series on why the West is terrible. Jimmy Carter is a Jewish puppet, and he is a war criminal. He must be brought against the UN Court of the World. As Muammar Gaddafi once said, the United Nations is a fucking joke. Now, the only way to do this is to go to Jimmy Carter's estate in Georgia and drag him, preferably by his neck, and lash him with road chains all the way to Washington, D.C. And when that happens, the world will be truly a better place. But until that day, the world will remain a pile of flaming garbage. Or unless we Islamicize and communize our societies, in which we will prosper. Do not listen to the teachings of Western puppets, such as the mainstream news and alternative news. Any form of news, or so-called news, is a Jewish trick, and we must do everything in our power to avoid it. The only information you should believe is information you get directly from any other person you meet in real life, or myself. This is a scary world we're living in. Now, please like, comment, and subscribe, and donate to my Patreon to fight and help fund the People's Revolution. This is Jim Rockwell, and I'm out.